Hello.
Hey y'all! It's a beautiful hump day.
Happy hump day.
What's going on over here?
I don't know. Is my hoodie? Oh, yeah, that's right. I thought it was like inside out. I always hate it when it's inside out.
These are real issues, y'all.
I need to pull up the.
He's jumping out of the box. Y'all, here's the sad thing. The whole thing about our house being under construction right now means that we have to come out here because it's the only place that is like presentable. Is that the word? Presentable?
We could do it unpresentable. It's just that we don't actually have anywhere to sit in our home
Comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but we've got this. It's beautiful here today. So we've
Hey,
got the
Heather.
screen door. Heather, hey girl. So we got the screen door open, and I know that Zorro just went and had some box adventures. So he is
Oh my God, he's finally he's jumping in that big box.
Oh my God.
He did it this morning. Or he did it this afternoon. Woo woo!
All right, so it's hump day.
It is.
We got a little whiskey. We got a little wine going on. That's right.
You know. Oh, I said with
Hello.
wine.
With
but
wine?
it is whiskey and wine.
You know what? I was planning on wine today, but
I got.
What happened was.
Do you know that I have not had wine since the last time we spoke? I haven't had wine since Sunday
Donna.
night when in our last live. Hey Donna.
Wow, you are real. What are you fasting from wine? What's
no,
happening?
I just haven't had time to go shopping for it.
Get one. This is what happens when you run out. We're actually considering joining like a wine club. That it just arrives.
Yes.
Would that be crazy?
No, I think that would be brilliant, and I've thought about it for years.
Hey, Dana.
Hey, Dana.
Hello.
I've thought about joining a wine club for years, but
years and years.
my only issue is, I haven't looked into it.
What is your only issue?
You guys probably know. But for me to not be able to pick it out, like if they sent me a wine that I just don't like. Trish, why are you awake? You should be sleeping. You're home. She's home.
Oh, she's home today?
Yes.
With your baby.
She's with her babies.
Oh.
Hey, Erin.
B, how you doing, girl?
Yeah, Trish is home. I forgot to tell you that. And I forgot to text you back, Trish. Sorry.
Erin, you have no wine?
See?
What's going on?
That's been me for the past 3 days.
Can you believe that? I mean, it's unbelievable.
About an hour ago, I got some wine.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Finally with your babies, Trish.
Yay.
I'm so grateful.
Yes.
Oh, you have had a couple.
Yeah, rough week, eh?
Rough week.
Yeah.
Rough week.
So happy you're home, though.
We're not going to totally call you out, but I love you, and I cannot wait till we can finally do a FaceTime and catch up on all this madness.
I know you probably can't have wine right now, but cheers.
I love you. And Erin, wait till those little ones are old enough. You can be like, hey, go grab mama some wine.
That's right.
No?
That's right. They're growing so fast. I'm telling you. Erin's got triplets, guys.
Nothing like children's to make you realize how fast time flies.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy. Okay, so we posted this week and we said, what do you want to talk about? What kind of topics? Actually, I have it right here. I said, what topics should we discuss in our next live? And you guys commented. So we're gonna go over some of these.
questions.
Oh, Mr. Beatles.
Oh my God, we let him out for some outdoor adventures.
I should show you guys a picture.
Oh, I'm just realizing how very tired I'm looking.
I know, I am so
I'm not
tired.
as sleepy as I was.
Look at Mr. Beatles outside.
Look at those outside adventures.
Yes.
And ever since, he is hell-bent on figuring out how to open the door himself.
The only... oh my God, I have to tell you guys something. Wait. So... You know how if you guys ever let your cats go outside, then, and if you're like us, which you shouldn't be like us, do what we say, not what we do.
For what?
But where you do it more, where you don't do it as frequently as you should, as we feel like we should.
Right, we should do it more.
It's good for them to do it often. But when you just do it every, sporadically, when we have time, when it's oh, here's a good time, let's let some babies out.
Hey, Jennifer.
Then you'll find, hey, Mama Charlene. So,
Dana's got her cerveza. That's my girl. That's right.
What is cerveza?
Oh.
What?
It's beer.
Oh. We like beer sometimes. I've been drinking beer a little bit lately. I don't actually like beer at all, but I have been drinking
Larry
a little bit
Flores, you sweet man.
Larry?
How are you?
What? Long time no see.
Hey, Kathy. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Linda. Hey, Charlene, I already said.
Hey, Charlene. 7 years. You got a little bit of time before those little ones are.
Yeah.
7
Kristen.
years.
Yeah.
A little bit of time before they can go grab you wine, Erin.
It's crazy. It's crazy how time flies. So anyway, when you let your cats out, if you just do it like every once in a while, you know how like when you're opening that, like if you have a sliding, like we have a sliding back door, they're like twist especially. He just wants to jet out, right?
Oh, you're telling him?
He just wants to jet out the door. So lately it's been really pretty this week. So I've been closing the screen door and opening the sliding door so that they can, you know, breathe in the fresh air, listen to the birds, see the little things that are crawling around and get excited and all that. So I leave it open most of the day. But I shut the door to go. Our car broke down yesterday. And so we had to have it towed and all that stuff and whatever, you know. I mean, it's just another funny thing in our big whirlwind of life.
First world problems, people.
It is first world. Anyway, I had the screen door closed and the glass door closed. And so last night I went to, and I could see him out of my peripheral being like, oh, they're going outside. Sneaky. And I went and opened the door and he was like, phew. He jumped right into the screen door.
But there was not even a moment to try to stop him.
It was the funniest thing in the world.
But we were actually worried that he might be injured.
No, we weren't. Well, I was like, is your neck okay? Because he was like,
he was like a little.
And then he was like backed up like, you did that to me on purpose.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do have to say, Jennifer Paloma just said, and I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Hello, beer.
Yes, and I would like to suggest that we make that into a t-shirt. Hello, beer. Wouldn't that be great? In parentheses, cerveza.
There you go.
So that people know. I'm just saying, so that people know.
Hey, Kathy.
Jennifer, proud mama of one fur baby. Yay. Aww. Kristen is bottle feeding babies here. The eyes just opened.
I love that so much.
Such a precious time.
And
Carolyn, hey girl, happy
girl.
Wednesday. Oh my God, Kristen.
Oh, how
I think it's just
exciting.
Such an incredible experience. I think every human should be able to experience that piece of life for another being. It is so amazing. God bless you for what you're doing. Bottle feeding is no joke. Okay. Every 4 hours, getting it to mouse temperature, doing the mixture just right. I'm with you. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're my hero. God bless you.
Dr. Kosher.
Hi.
Oh
what
my
glass
goodness.
are you guys on? We're on our first one. We just poured it.
This is my second. I had one while I was cooking dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I walked in the house after a day and
I don't even know about this day necessarily other than text messages that she sent me.
Sporadic and
throughout the day where it's like, I am going to
stop it. Don't say anything out loud to the interwebs.
Oh.
It was a rough day, you guys.
Blow my top.
Yes, but I got home and I walk in and Zorro comes. He's got this like panther strut. It's so
he does. He's like
beautiful.
And then he likes to
and he comes up to me as I open the door. I smell this incredible. It's just like it's warmth. It's just like I'm telling you. The most
I whipped
amazing
together
feeling.
some lentil soup
I was
tonight.
instantly healed.
It's still on the stove. It's still got like an hour to go.
It's lentil soup, y'all. And it is...
Hey, Pegasus,
it's the soup that eats like a meat. There's nothing meat in it, but man, it eats like a meat, y'all.
Because it's lentil. Come on.
Hey, Peggy. Holy moly.
Susan.
Oh my gosh, they're opening a nursery in a few weeks. Oh, please do send photos.
Yes.
How exciting. How exciting. How extraordinary.
I love it when people are...
Oh, hey, Toss.
Oh, Toss.
Yes, it is a beautiful day here in Las Vegas.
It is, yes. Wine on the patio. That's what we're doing.
Yes, we haven't let the babies out.
And we are going to answer questions.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're here to do.
We said we were going to do that, but
Let's do that.
Yeah, we talk a little bit too
Okay, so we had a few questions already.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it off because I saw one about...
Okay.
My allergies began to me a little
Oh my gosh,
bit,
guys! Like pollen is everywhere right now. Like
things be blooming. Because it's
I had
springtime.
2 deliveries show up at the door today, and I was dirty after bringing them in.
Emma!
Hey, Emma!
Oh my goodness. Oh, what time is it?
It is like, it's 8 hours ahead of us right now.
Or 9
It's
hours. 8 hours?
8 hours. 7, 8. 9,
No
10,
one should
11,
do math at this hour.
It's 2:30 in the morning. Go to bed.
Oh, you're crazy. Okay, so the question that I saw that I loved, they were the question. Who asked it? Do you have it up here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just did something. I'm not good with these devices.
Yeah, they're
It's
all
about
right there.
oh, Trish. Of course, Trish. One of your questions is why do cats chatter sometimes? And have you ever had a cat that's at the window? It's not always at the window because Mr. Biddles. Can you try that one more time? I don't think it was.
I think you do it better.
Just one more time. I think that one more time would be right. You got to get the jaw like moving, and then like a little chatter noise, right? Like I'm not even gonna try because this is
mine is so
too much.
good.
Yes,
that was very good.
So good.
That was very
Petrania!
good. Petrania!
Happy Wednesday! Oh my gosh,
Little P.
you guys are coming to town soon.
Yes, April.
I have it in my calendar. I already have it in my calendar.
That's right.
Oolers, I love you so much. It's legend. It's legend. That evening was legend. Petrania. Okay.
So cats chattering.
Cats chattering, right? I'd ask you to do it one more time.
No, but that's 4 times. Let's like. Okay. I mean, everybody loves it. I'm sure we have so like hearts going everywhere.
Cats make this extraordinary noise sometimes. Darby, hey girl. Cats make this great noise where they chatter and their little mouth moves really fast, and it's like this. Like, what are they doing? We see it a lot when our cats are at the open window or just the window when they're watching birds, right? And they make this little noise. So, but Mr. Biddles also does it when you're petting him. He starts making this like, I tried, but I failed miserably.
Yeah, you're just not as good as me. Admit it.
It's true.
Sorry.
So here's a couple theories for why they do that. Trish asked the questions, why do cats chatter sometimes? They chatter sometimes.
Cat goat. Hashtag cat goat. I'm using
that. Could also be a t-shirt.
I'm gonna use
it would just make people question.
I have such bags under my eyes.
Let's not be vain. We have stuff to do. Things to talk about.
And Botox. Continue.
No.
Cats chattering.
So they do this. Some people actually think they do this as like an instinctual thing. I'm going to get dark for a minute before I get light. So because cats are known, their kill method, getting dark.
Alexa, off.
Isn't she so rude to Alexa? I feel like, why do you have to sound so mean?
The music.
Alexa, stop it. Okay, it's not how she talks to normal people. Is it just because she's artificial intelligence that you feel like you can be rude? Will I ever answer this question? Cats chattering.
Right.
So some people think it's a predatory thing, like an instinctual thing, because cats, I'm getting dark, cats, when they go in for their kill bite, they grab on with their really strong claws. If you've had a cat jump on you, you know what this feels like. They grab on and then they bite the back of the spinal cord of their prey. And that chattering, that severs the spinal cord. Ow. Bye. Sad.
I didn't know
part of life, right? I'm glad I can't handle National Geographic. Follow the life of cheetahs through the heartbreak and no, I can't watch.
It's your favorite channel.
I know, but when it gets to like, the killing of the gazelles and the little kittens that don't make, I can't handle it. Emotionally, I'm just not cut out for that. So she's so good with noises tonight. The light part of why cats chatter is that they're mimicking their prey, right? Like what bird's going to fly away when it sounds like there's another little bird there? Mm-hmm.
See, look at all the birds coming to us right now.
So there you have it. That's why cats might chatter. They get excited. It's like an excitement noise. I do tend to think that yes, it might be a mimicking thing, but the fact that Mr. Biddles does it more than any of our babies, the chattering thing. He does it when you're petting him too. So I tend to think that it's more of an excitement expression that our kitties have.
Yes. So there you go, Trish.
It only took 17 minutes.
There's the short, long answer of why do cats chatter.
You can count on me.
Jennifer, we have 5 cats at the moment. We have 2 siblings that will be 1 year old.
Good night, Emma.
Good night, Emma. we have 2 sibling black babies that will be 1 year old on Saturday in 3
Their
days.
birthday's coming.
Mm-hmm. And then we have our Pooh Bear, who is 7, maybe close to 8. We're going to celebrate all their birthdays because we don't know any of the others' birthdays. So we're going to celebrate them all on Saturday, on March 30th.
Yep.
And then we've got Mr. Twister, who is 14, and Mr. Biddles, who is 15.
Those are our babies.
And Scotch, we just lost at the beginning of December, and he was almost 22.
I shout out to Heather and Dana, Heather said I changed the channel when the kill is about to happen.
Right?
Yeah, I do. I do the whole thing, and then I try to wait until I feel like it's safe. And Dana said it's a circle of life, but I always cry watching those shows. Yeah, it is just, it's a fascinating thing to me. It's a fascinating thing to me. Because I'm obsessed with our birds. We have so many birds in our backyard, and it's wonderful and it's beautiful. And then I know that our little predators, beasties inside would eat them all if they could. And I couldn't handle that.
Okay, so
all right.
Rita Wang said, how many cats are too many?
I think it's a personal question.
It is. It's honestly it depends on the cat parent, right? So for me, I would say, personally,
and maybe your
there's not an actual answer for that, like a real answer, but for our opinion, which I'm guessing you're asking, too many cats is too many that you can actually take care of.
Jamie, hey girl, how are you?
Hey Jamie. So if you have, for instance, we had 4 cats, and we had many opportunities to adopt another cat, but all of these cats were we could, they'll find homes. It doesn't have to be us that takes care of them. So for us, it was, what am I trying to say?
How many cats is too many?
2 glasses or a glass and a half.
Yeah. Mama Charlene wants to know how big your first glass of wine was.
My first glass was actually about this large, but the second glass, it was up to there.
Can we go with Heather Wright's short answer? How many cats are too many?
Never too many.
Never too many.
True.
Well,
true.
Here, I will say this, though. There are some areas of our beautiful world that actually have laws about how many animals you can have. Now,
we don't follow those laws, obviously, even now.
I like to follow rules. Jay likes to break rules. You probably have picked up on that already. But I think you should be mindful of that. I also think it depends on what your property is. If you have indoor outdoor cats, if they are how big your house size is. I think that it's important because cats are very territorial. So sometimes, and we know people that
guys, we have customers with 20 to 35 cats.
Yes, in one home.
Yeah, in their home or they have a large property, and half of them are outside and some of them are inside, and they do their best to take care of them. And I just made that. That's kind of.
Heather's got our back tonight. She said, as long as you can care for them, that is key. And that's what I want to follow up on, is that when you have a home that has a lot of cats in it, it's very important to be mindful, though, of, do they have their own spaces, their vertical space? Do they have a place that they can feel secure and, by themselves? I mean, our cats like to snuggle now, but that wasn't always the case. So it was very important that we respected the space that they wanted to be in.
Yeah.
So we have to be mindful of what is not just what can we handle,
right?
But how are the cats comfortable? Do they feel secure? Yeah. Do they have their own space? I need to give a shout out right now to Amber. My pooter is going to be 25. Holy moly. That's so beautiful. Any suggestions on helping her keep weight on? Okay, so
Amber, your pooter is going to make the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes.
Which I think is great. So keeping weight on, let's talk about that. There's, I don't know what you feed. Please chime in and let us know what you feed. But, a good, especially for an older cat, a good high protein, high quality, fresh food diet is really, really good for their overall well-being. There are joint supplements out there, MSM. We want to collagen. We want to put back in collagen to their muscle mass because it starts to break down over time. And then you want to add in things like superoxide dismutase and digestive enzymes to their daily meals to help them absorb the nutrients in their food better, and help to reduce inflammation and build a synovial fluid around their joints and things like that.
So they can move to and use their muscles.
Right.
Because a lot of it is muscle deterioration, and that happens with age as well.
Right.
But
just like with us.
Yes. I think I might look forward to that. I'm losing a little weight. I'm joking. Let's stop. So, but muscle deterioration, especially as we get older. So it's very important to look not just at like trying to give them lots of extra food or, really high quality protein to help keep the weight on, but what you can do to help their whole system be more comfortable. Because gosh, that is awesome.
Yeah. So you want to help the, and Dr. Karen Becker says this too. She says, you want to make sure that you help the, symptoms, right? You want to help the inflammation. You want to help the killing of the antioxidants, or really which superoxide dismutase is an antioxidant enzyme, but it really helps to kill off the free radicals that are like really big the older we get. They just grow and grow. So we want to kill them off so that they're not attacking our organs and our joints and things like that. But you also want to be able to build this back with things like MSM, and there's a joint supplement by Dr. Mercola that it comes in a treat form. So with our cats, you really have to like crush it.
It's tough to crush,
but it's a great,
get a hammer.
It's a great supplement. So we do recommend that. Rachel says any help advice with cats getting a UTI? Yeah. My male cat has now had 2. He's on a raw diet. Congratulations. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Anything I can change or do. So yeah. So cats, some cats are just prone to UTIs more so male cats than female cats.
It could have to do with how he was neutered.
It could.
That can also impact
how quickly he was.
How young he
was neutered. But yes, so struvite crystals are very common in male cats, and pure vitamin C. We have a product called Urinary Cat Plus that is pure ascorbic acid and struvite. Pure ascorbic acid in Helix water. Let me finish my sentence. And it's a liquid formula that you can add to the raw food that we do for our cat. We have one cat. We do it for all of our cats, but we have one cat that is more prone to UTIs as well. And this soup really helps. And what it does is, as an acidic formula, it's going to acidify the pH in the urine, and the urine with struvite crystals is more alkaline, and that's just most common in cats is to get struvite crystals versus oxalate. So if they have struvite crystals, if they get UTIs, it's usually struvite crystals. But vitamin C, this formula is also good as vitamin C at building the bladder lining. So it helps to strengthen the bladder lining as well as the immune system, which helps to fight off infections. Well. Yeah.
And I just want to give you a shout out because UTIs are so scary. When Pooh Bear, and this is something that, and just so you know as well. So vitamin C is the key, right? We're talking about a very acidic thing. This is something, we have a product that you can just put in their food that really helps. So Pooh Bear, we can tell that something's wrong when he pees. He used to love to pee in the laundry room, and I would go to wipe it up, and you could see that it was like pink. So there's blood in his urine, which usually means that there's probably crystals agitating that situation. Yep. So we would dose him on VitaCat or a Urinary Cat Plus. It's the same product. It's vitamin C. So UTIs are so painful though, and I think you bring up a really important point that it's rare that you have a cat that is on a raw diet and has urinary tract infections because they're very common with all dry diets. And even when you switch over to an all wet food diet, sometimes you're still dealing with that, especially if the cat has a proclivity towards it, which Pooh Bear's on a raw diet, but he has a number of issues. He's got an autoimmune disease. There's a lot of stuff going on that
and stress related.
And he's very easily stressed out. So that is one thing you can absolutely do. And you don't have to go buy something. If you take vitamin C, you can take even your 200 milligram tablet. and crush it up. Put some water in it. You want to dilute it so it's palatable, so they're not going to be like, eh. Cats don't like citrus. So it's a very like citrusy kind of thing, right? Has that kind of flavor. So if you want to do this at home, you could take just your vitamin C tablets, crush them up, dilute it all, and add it to some of his wet food on a regular basis if he has a tendency to get UTIs. Wow, we are really rambling tonight.
I think like, it's you.
There is not. It's like the night of run-on sentences. Okay.
Oh wait, Christina said I'm owned by 2 beautiful Sphinx cats. Yay! Thanks for all the cat tips and education. Thank you, Shanda. I said Krista. I only saw it because you were scrolling up.
Sorry.
Shanda, thank you. We literally live for this, and we just learn, share, and grow as we go. We're not any kind of like awesome, amazing gurus.
I don't know. I think you are really hitting the awesome, amazing thing tonight.
I'm gonna cut you.
Oh, Darby, your Greg will be 18 July 1st. I love that.
Dana has a senior boy.
Oh, chronic kidney disease. He's looking into adding vitamin C supplement to his raw diet. He already gets Catalyst. Love it. Catalyst is really great for kidney issues. And can you expand on the advantages of this product for kidney issues?
I can. So
wait, which one are you going to expand upon? Catalyst or VitaCat?
She already knows Catalyst, but let's talk about the adding in the VitaCat. So the vitamin C, the VitaCat, vitamin C, and you can look this up, but vitamin C can act as a diuretic, which is really, really good for the kidneys. So basically that's it. Now I'll tell you something else. There is a product called
Rachel's sister is the pet girl.
Stop it.
The pet girl is like one of our favorite humans. I'm a little bit of a fan girl. So I'm glad you didn't tell us that initially, because I'm going to
look up real quick another supplement that we use for our cats. And I'm going to show you the picture so that you can see it. This is what I highly recommend. You can get it on Amazon now. It's called Aminovast. And this is what it looks like. Okay. This is, so we have,
so if I was cool,
we have, we had 2 cats. Yeah. Oh, actually Carolyn probably can't, because Carolyn's here and she's our girl.
She would beat me to it.
Aminovast is it's actually one of the only, as our vet told us, that it's like one of the only supplements that's like FDA or like recommended by the veterinary society, whatever. It's a natural supplement, and our cats get it our older cats get it on a daily basis with kidney disease, and their levels, I'm talking 4 years now.
Yeah.
Their kidney levels were elevated. They said they were at stage 2 kidney disease.
Yeah.
And they still have not increased at all. So
we've been able to
that's
maintain.
Awesome. We've been able to maintain. I mean, when it comes to chronic kidney disease, there's nothing like you can't reverse it or cure it, right? But what you can do is stop it.
You can treat it
or maintain it, I guess you could say. And then the other one is
in the meantime, though, Amber said that her little kitty, her pooter, she's so fragile. Her mom passed when she was 23. Wow, so these babies have some good genetics in them too. I mean, that's awesome.
Okay.
Plus, so incredible love.
Here's the other one that we give to, and it's a Dr. Mercola's liver and kidney support supplement. And what I do is I actually just swap it out day, like one day I give them Aminovast, and one day I give them this, and then I just swap it up. But their levels have been, and then every day they get the Catalyst and the VitaCat, and they get it twice a day. So like I don't know exactly what all has worked. I know at first, before we did this, they were still staying even with just the Catalyst and the VitaCat, but I do feel like there's more that could be done. So the Aminovast and the Dr. Mercola's liver and kidney support, I feel like have really helped. And I actually noticed a great difference in, especially Mr. Biddles.
Yeah.
Like immediately when I started using the Aminovast, like his energy levels went up a little bit.
One of the things for those of you that don't have a cat with kidney disease, because it's so prevalent, pay attention to to this fact. Cats do not have a natural thirst drive. So it's very rare that you would see a cat just sitting at the water bowl like a dog, just lapping up the water. So if you notice that your cat, this is something that I really wished, Bridget, it makes a comment I'm going to talk about just in just a second.
Okay, I'm going to grab my bottle of wine.
Oh, that's a great idea. I wish I would have, number 3 people, I wish I would have known this so long ago when we lost Tiggy. We noticed that he was sitting at the water bowl and he was just drinking. And then he would just sit there and he'd get up and he'd drink some more and be like, why is he so thirsty? I mean, this is, 12 years ago now that we lost, 13 years ago that we lost Tiggy. But if you notice that your cat is really, 12? 2007. See, I'm not good at math. If you notice that your cat is just sitting and drinking at the water bowl, go take him in and get him evaluated. And Bridget, this is a piggyback on yours. She says, I wish I would have known how important cats' food was about 5 years ago. We lost a cat after several surgeries due to crystal buildup, causing him not being able to urinate. I think it's great that y'all are making yours very kind, Bridget. Yeah, I feel so strongly about urinary tract infections, and I feel like food is always there are so many things that cats deal with, and with cats it takes sometimes something being really wrong for us to really notice, because they're so like, hey,
Stoic.
what's up? Yeah, they're very stoic. They don't show their pain. They're Dr. Liz Bales calls them solitary survivors, right? When they're in pain, they mask their pain. You won't know something's wrong sometimes until it's too late, and that's a terrible thing. You have to be able to know your cat well enough, pay attention enough to know when there's a slight change in their litter box habits, to know when there's a slight change with how much they're eating or how much they're pooping or how much they're drinking at the water bowl. And it's those little hints that we can catch on to that can make such a big difference. And fundamental to that is the most proactive thing that we can do is to feed them a good diet. And that was the hardest sell for me, because I was like, no, I'm getting a bag of Meow Mix. We're just throwing down some kibble. The best thing about cats is you can leave for the weekend, just throw down some kibble. They got kibble. They got the litter box. 20 years ago.
Open the toilets. Let them drink that. Like, who cares?
But it's amazing the things that we think cats find acceptable, and it's not the case. So we have to be able to pay attention to those little hints that they show us.
Yeah.
When we pay attention.
And this is like seriously just if we want to,
Food,
if we
so
want
important.
them to live
Bridget,
like
you're so right.
the longest life possible. If we want to help them live the longest life possible, we can't change genetics, but we can change a huge portion of their overall health.
Okay, Jenna says, how do you feel about CBD oil for cats for a variety of ailments and for immune health? Okay, Jay has some opinions about this. She says that not all supplements are created equal. You have to always know
CBD is,
always know your source.
Yeah.
But wow,
she's
very
like,
impactful.
Jay has an answer for that. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you all about it. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you're correct that not all CBD is created equal. So CBD is the new hype. It's the huge thing. It's fantastic. I 100% agree that CBD is great. It's not a treatment, but it is a pain
management
pain management
tool.
And it's great for things like seizures. It helps with a lot of different ailments. And I believe, I'm not a scientist and whatever, and I haven't done a shit ton of research on it.
Language.
A ton of research on it yet. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with the stress.
Glass of wine.
But CBD is an amazing thing. However, you always you need to know because it's such a hype, because it's such the big thing now. There are a lot of companies coming out with CBD oils for pets or for people that they're making it super cheap by growing it by basically same way they do with pet food, right? Like it's cutting all the corners and being able to still call it CBD, even though it doesn't have much benefit.
You know what they say? Basically this is your rule of thumb. They always say the greatest lie has a kernel of truth in it, right? So they're telling you the truth. They're telling you the kernel. You just, the bottom line on all of this, whether it's supplements, good foods, whatever it is that you have to do a little bit of your own research. You can't just take what we say, what anyone says, and be like, that's what's going to work. That's it. That's what's going to help. So CBD is very impactful. We've seen it. We did use the CBD treats for Pooh Bear. It is helpful, but we've seen it be very impactful for a number of big issues. Who is this? JD Richards. Carolyn, she said, I met a client, so I'm on my phone, not my desktop. You are such a love.
So Carolyn, are you JD Richards on your phone?
No, JD Richards just stepped up. Who are you? Your profile pic is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, JD. That's amazing.
Oh my God. And then Carolyn was like, here it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are so fantastic.
Yeah. I mean,
and Nate is here.
Hey, Nate.
Hey, Nate. Give Zoe kisses for us.
You're so good. I love it.
Nate is the
faithful.
best cat.
You are so
the best dog dad.
Did
you see me say cat
the
dad?
Facebook world. No, he's the best dog dad ever. Like, dude travels to Japan with his dog because she has a heart issue.
My brother is here. Nathan Lefebvre, shout out.
Me. Hey, Nathan.
Jenna said, my concern with the CBD oil is that it's a plant. Are there concerns with long-term use in an obligate carnivore?
I don't believe so.
Because it's an extract, like many supplements are.
Yeah. So most of our supplements are actually plant extracts as well. So, and there's no problem with long-term use of it. I know there's a lot of, when it comes to cats out there, and if you are and I'm guessing you probably are, Jenna, part of the Facebook cat health world, which we ended up jumping off of.
World?
Like the cat health Facebook groups is what I'm trying to say. If you're part of that, then you get a lot of there's a lot of people that are just gung ho and I am right, you are wrong kind of thing when it comes to vegetables, plants, this type of thing. And we all know that a cat in the wild is going to, eat their prey. They're going to get less than 2% of fermented vegetables, basically, from the stomach contents of their prey. So they are going to get that amount of carbs. So
Marilyn, yes, we're still live. Hey, girl. Sorry, continue. I got excited.
I thought you said we're still alive. I'm like,
she asked, I'm here.
Dead?
Are you still alive?
Yeah. Sorry. So Jenna, when it comes to plant extracts, I don't think we should be that scared. When our cats come running outside, the first thing they go to
is eat grass.
Is our grass. They want to eat grass. They're not sick. They're absolutely fine. They're fed a fully fresh, fully balanced raw food diet. They have plenty of food, but they don't get a lot of vegetables in their diet.
It's your birthday, baby.
They come outside and they want it. My kid, our girl Friday. Girl Friday. Hi, Girl Friday. Hi, Friday. Oh my God! I wish you guys could see her right now. She is obsessed with green veggies, green leafy veggies. When I am making because I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian.
That third glass is getting to you.
Is it?
I think so. I feel like you just slurred vegetarian.
Probably.
Oh.
Probably.
Okay.
No, but when I'm cutting up veggies on the island in our kitchen, she jumps up every time and steals anything that is green and leafy.
Yeah, she loves it.
She steals it. She jumps down. It's like she just caught it, and she plays with it a little bit, and then she eats it. Yeah. And so I don't stop her. I'm not gonna be like, no, you know what? You were dumb. I know better than you.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not worried about.
We don't need to be over, but again, it boils down to. It boils down to just doing a little bit of your own research and then knowing your cat. I mean, I think that you have to pay attention.
Kathy, we have to get to Kathy's
Kathy
question.
says, is CBD oil good for diabetic pain?
Yeah, well, CBD, and you also asked about cats that pull out their hair. The same Kathy.
Wow.
I know, we did that at the same time. I was like, oh, and Kathy. Because I was like,
that's right, but I was looking at this one and you were like,
right.
Okay. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's getting to her. What did you eat today? That's why she always forgets to eat.
I'm busy.
3 glasses of wine and she gone. Okay, CBD oil, good for diabetic pain.
Yes.
I don't know that specifically.
Yes,
I feel
it's
like
good for all pain.
Okay.
So yes. Yeah.
And what is the one that Carolyn, you are always doing your research.
Surgery.
So can
Nate
you please
went to France for the first surgery?
Yes, and then Japan.
Hi.
Did you want to say hi to everybody?
Say hi. She's like, now I'm going to be shy.
Hey, Carolyn has put a link in here, and Carolyn, I got to say that I trust your research.
I actually,
if you found a good
Source, one? No, Source is the only one that I recommend as well.
Oh.
Now, granted, we haven't used
SourceCBDHemp.com.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, we haven't used, when we're talking about CBD oil, we haven't used them, but we have friends in the industry that absolutely trust and use Source CBD. So yes, look at Carolyn's link. That's the one that we would recommend.
Check it out. She's not finding anything specifically for cats on Source's site.
They do have some. Well, no, they're like almost every company, right? It's like it's good for pets, and they have some for dogs only.
Hey, Tanya.
Tara.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Tara. How are you, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jennifer asks a great question.
Just had an ear surgery yesterday.
An ear surgery?
Mm-hmm.
We have to catch up. Tara, make a note. Let's check the calendars.
He's totally like a winner.
He is good.
Yeah, he's totally.
Are you saying hi to everyone, babe?
Hi.
Hi.
What? Really?
Oh, we're getting distracted. Squirrel. Okay, so Jennifer says, what dry cat food do you recommend? Have to say, okay.
Let's get your answer first.
My answer?
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult to recommend dry food.
It is.
I will say that. I will also say that when we were just becoming aware of what a good diet was for cats, there are a lot of brands out there that are working very hard to make a more quality kibble.
Yeah.
The issue with kibble really is the amount of carbohydrates that they have in them, and the fact that cats are not made to digest carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we come up with a lot of issues like hairballs and chronic hairballs, vomiting, the scarf and barf thing, urinary tract infections, kidney disease. It's a very dehydrated diet. So that's why we see so many of these very prevalent
So we never
issues.
recommend a dry food only diet.
Right. There are the few that I will speak of.
Unless you're feeding a feral community and you that's the only.
My rule of thumb is a cat on dry food is better than a starving cat.
Correct.
And with, in all honesty, listen, you can only do your best as a cat parent.
And forget the rest.
And we are experiencing just how expensive it can be to feed a species-appropriate fresh food diet. Our goal is to love and care for our cats the best that we can. We don't know if we're one paycheck away from not being able to do that, right? Mm-hmm. That's the reality of things. So always know that your best is your best and no one can judge that.
That being said,
a couple dry foods.
Carnivore is on the list of
one of the better kibbles.
Yeah, if you'd like truthaboutpetfood.com by Susan Thixton. She does the research, literally contacts the companies, finds out where their sources are, finds out all of that information. You can go to truthaboutpetfood.com and you can get her entire list of pet foods that she recommends. Carnivore is the only one.
I love you, Tara.
That of those that make kibble, that is that's the best. We fed Origin.
Yes, we did,
which is made by Champion Pet Foods. We've kind of been back and forth because they were in negotiation with Purina for a little while. I'm pretty sure that they didn't go through with that, but just the fact that they were in negotiation with Purina to think about allowing
because
those,
there are some places we will not go.
Yeah.
So that bottom line is go to truthaboutpetfoods.com, check it out, and you will definitely be on
not plural.
truthaboutpetfood.com. Wow, and she's the one having 3 glasses. Marilyn said, okay, let's talk hairballs. I have 4 cats, all fed raw. God bless you, Marilyn. 2 of them still puke hairballs. Apparently, they prefer puking on my bed. Truth is, Mr. Biddles will still puke a hairball from time to time.
He's got those coats.
Joke. Yeah. It's a very deep undercoat.
So what you want to do, Marilyn? What you want to do, Marilyn, is, or for us, what I do with Mr. Biddles to cut back on this is add in a little bit of coconut oil from time to time to the food, and also add in a little bit of pumpkin.
Yeah.
From time to time. I switch it out. So one day it's coconut oil, another day it's pumpkin, some days it's not any of it. And then, but all of this helps lubricate the colon, and it kind of helps to
pass it through instead of coming back up.
Right.
And so that's been really great with Biddles. And I don't know if you deal with this, but when Mr. Biddles, especially during the spring he usually blows his, okay, he'll start blowing his coat, and I can tell it's like I cannot keep up with grooming. So it's very important to do what you can as a mama to help your cats that have issues with hairballs. Mr. Biddles has here he is right now, Mr. Biddles. Mr. Biddles has a super dense undercoat, and I know for a fact right now that he's got a little
his little snaggle tooth.
He does. He's got a little mat of fur that's forming on his side right now that I have not been able to pull out yet. So brush out yet. God bless you.
We have to cut it out sometimes.
Right. So
which is another
cats
question
with
that
really
we got.
dense. Hang on. Cats with a really dense undercoat, you can do what you can to help groom them and help that. A flea comb really helps to really get under that their dense undercoat. But with Mr. Biddle, sometimes when he's really dealing with hairballs, you hear that noise and you're just like, oh my gosh. And sometimes he won't get it up. He'll just throw up a little bit of liquid, like bile kind of. But you know he's dealing with a hairball. Give him some, what we do is I put coconut oil on my fingers. Sometimes I can't even get it off. And he just licks it off. It's
I
like
do the same thing with pumpkin. He really likes it when you put it on his fingers. Yeah,
helps so much.
On your fingers.
Before we go here, Tanya Robertson just asked, what is wrong with Purina? And I want to preface this with the fact that...
I want to preface this with, I am sorry for what Jay is about to say.
No, I think that you shouldn't say anything right now.
Okay.
So...
Well, I will say this. My dad used to work in a plant that made the ingredients for Purina pet food.
The Purina trucks would pull up every day. Watch the video. Go on Netflix and watch the video. It's illuminating. Pet Fooled, Fooled, Pet, Pet, Fooled, and you'll see where a lot. So Purina deals a lot with rendered products. Bottom line is what you're dealing with is a lot of 3D, 4D meats, and that means disease, dying, roadkill, cows that die in the field. They literally pick up all these carcasses. They bring them to a rendering plant. They run them through all the stuff that Jay's dad did.
Because people can't eat them.
Right.
Because people can't eat them. So they throw them in the pet food world, and they heat them to the point where all of the salmonella and everything is dead, but everything else is dead as well. Every good thing that comes from that meat is now dead, and then they put them in pet food. So yes, that's why I can't.
Oh, right. So I
will never feed or recommend
Purina. Here's
Purina.
My rule of thumb. The more that we've learned about pet foods in general, I have to say, if you're watching TV, for example, or a YouTube or any one of these streaming things, and you see a commercial for pet food, there's a really good chance that they are putting all their money into marketing, and it's really powerful marketing. Like, our cats and dogs do so good for us, let's do good by them, right? Bottom line is, if they're spending a lot of money, millions of dollars on marketing, they're probably not spending that money on quality ingredients. So it's very important to just calm down, young lady.
No, they're just not. These days, you can't.
It's very important to do your research. Purina is one of those that if you do a little digging, you'll understand why. Jay just poured her fourth glass of wine. All right, it's time to wrap it up. I know, Tanya. I'm telling you, this is coming from a place where Tanya said, oh my God, I'm shattered. Yeah. Have you seen the commercial where Purina interviews their employees and they're talking about their own pets? And it's just like, I get it. I love it. I fed Meow Mix. I kept a bag of Meow Mix in the trunk of my car. how Mr. Biddles came to us, really. It is really one of the more, it's devastating. It's really devastating. But I think it was Rachel that said earlier, or Bridget that said, I wish I would have known how important food is. This is always the first step when you're thinking about, well, I want to get new cat toys, or I want to do something to enhance their environment, or I want to do this. Number one, if you really want to look at the health and longevity and happiness of your cat's life, is think a little bit about diet and
the food you feed. I mean, it's the same as
don't
us,
listen to Jay
right
now. She's super hopped up about Purina.
No.
I mean,
it's the same as us. I mean, sometimes we turn a blind eye, right?
Right.
Like there are documentaries that people are like, you have to watch this. And I'm like, if I watch that, I will never eat pizza again. I'm not going to do it because I love pizza. Right. So I'm going to continue eating pizza instead of watching this. But once you know better, you do better. That's so when it comes to those lives, those precious lives that we're taking care of,
we're their only choice for food. Like
we're their voice.
We're the ones that choose what they can eat. I mean, I get the fact we had a house full of kibble addicts, right? For a long time. It was difficult. I was probably a harder hurdle to get over in our home than our cats were.
Oh yeah.
Because I felt like they wanted their kibble, and why can't we just give it to them? I can honestly say that I wish I would have not given so much pushback to Jay, because she was doing all this research and she was showing me everything. And I did do a little bit of digging. I get it. I'll tell you this, that it was very difficult. For those of you that are still feeding or that are feeding dry food, it is not the worst thing in the world. If that's all that we can afford at that time, I know what that feels like. So feed and care for your cat.
And there are things that we can add in.
Right. We can do little things. But watch Pet Food to get an idea of how the pet food industry works. Because, and I'm going to give you this analogy. This is something that freaked me out. I'm trying not to ramble, but have you guys ever gotten entertained by watching these like prescription drug commercials, and they show someone playing in the park and all that stuff, and in the meantime they have this person saying, if you have swelling of the face or mouth, you can't breathe, if you die, like call your whatever, could cause cancer, probably going to get a stroke, but
you might really die or commit suicide.
Really helps your skin, right? Like they have all these prescription drugs, and they have to say what the potential side effects are. That regulation is not required when it comes to our pets. So when we see commercials for Frontline or Frontal or all these flea things, they're not telling you what the side effects are. They're not telling you any of that. And certainly when it comes to our pet food, they're not telling us everything that goes in it. If you have to buy the book that tells you what the ingredients are. It's not freely given to you on the beautiful glossy panel of ingredients. So just do a little research. I'm sorry. Rant over. Marilyn said, I've only had 2 glasses of wine. I need to catch up. Love you guys.
Yeah, Carolyn, you do. Okay. And I think we need to catch up because we didn't even, hey, Liz, we didn't even join this, or we didn't even finish all the questions, but we're almost at an hour. So I feel like we should answer one more question.
Oh, hold on, just really quick. Kathy said, now a month kibble free for 2 of my cats. Kathy, you are a rock star. I know how hard that is. Dana said, I was feeding raw before Pet Fooled, but watching it was so illuminating.
Yes.
It's so illuminating.
It's mind-boggling, but it's exactly what we have been preaching for, or had been preaching for the past like 13 years before it came out. Because we learned this, but he
Pet Fool does a great job.
Cole Harrington, the director of that, is brilliant.
Dedicated his life to really digging.
Yeah.
And
he dedicated 5 years, 6 years.
Danica said also the book Foods Pets Die For by Anne M. Martian. Big eye opener. I
haven't seen that one yet, or read that one yet.
Heather said, it took me over a year to convert my kibble addicts to raw. Patience and persistence is so important. That is the truth.
Patience and persistence.
It is. It's so hard. It was so hard for me.
That's our thing.
So hard for me.
Patience and persistence pays.
Okay, we're almost an hour in. We need to wrap it up before you finish that fourth glass.
So let's talk about that cats that pull out their hair, because Kathy asked about cats that pull out their hair. And we did talk about this on Sunday, so you can also go back to our last live and look at this. But a lot of times, I know Pet Fool too. Yes.
My whiskey is out.
Oh, top.
There is no more whiskey. That was my last glass.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I obviously can't
I
touch
didn't
your
get you
one
anymore.
because it's almost gone.
You can have a sip from the bottle.
That's weird. I'll wait.
She would do that
I would.
yeah, she would totally do that. See, yeah, I was gonna say she would totally do that if she wasn't live and being like, "Oh,
No.
I'm going to be Jay's the drunk one." Okay, so pulling out your hair, pulling out your cat's hair, your cat pulling out their hair.
Pulling out their hair. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So no, but we did talk about this on Sunday, and a lot of times this has to do with stress. Actually, the majority of the time, this has to do with stress in some way, shape, or form. However, you always want to get them checked by the vet first. It could be flea allergy dermatitis.
That's a hard one to say. 3 glasses in.
Flea allergy dermatitis. It could be
Marilyn
feline
said whiskey is
hyperesthesia.
out. Time to move on. Marilyn, you might be my new BFF. Sorry. Continue. Flea allergy dermatitis.
Or feline hyperesthesia. There are a lot of reasons that our cats overgroom is basically what it is. If they're tearing out their hair, then they're overgrooming. So what we want to do is do the elimination game. So
starting with taking them to the vet, because there can be some very serious issues that start with excessive grooming.
Yeah, if your vet can't diagnose it, then we want to start with elimination game. A lot of times, this actually has to do with an allergy.
It could be
due to the food
allergy.
Right. So there are many chemicals, color additives, and preservatives and things like that that cats are allergic to or can become allergic to, and proteins.
Or proteins themselves.
If they're fed the same protein over an extended amount of time, like chicken and fish, those are both very common. They can become allergic to them and start pulling out their hair. Like it's a thing. You're in my space. I'm sorry. It's a thing. Like I can't move my arms.
I see that you prefer to flail freely at this point.
I want to flail.
Okay, but there are a number of issues that do cause excessive grooming or cats pulling their hair out. So bottom line is, if you've been to the vet and they are
they're
kind of at a loss for what has caused
this,
a lot. Yes, if they're throwing their hands up and they don't really know what's caused it, then contact us or do some more research and we can go through eliminating. Is it the food that's causing it? Is it flea allergy dermatitis? Is it could it be just a new stressor in the home? Like maybe you've moved your furniture, maybe you have a new roommate, maybe you just got married, maybe you had a baby, and this can cause grooming is very soothing to cats. So if they start doing it excessively, this is why a lot of the times it comes back to it being something that's a stressor in their lives. So for example, with feline hyperesthesia, which is an idiopathic issue that cats come up with, meaning it comes out of nowhere, we don't know what causes it. Nobody knows what causes it. We've come to realize that it really does have to do, because Pooh Bear has it. With both emotional or environmental and nutritional stressors. Victoria said, my cats are listening with me. Hey, Victoria. And Marilyn said, flailing, LOL. It's true. She gets very...
I do.
She loves to
I get very
herself.
Italian. She's the Italian. I'm like Native American. She's Italian. And I'm like the one that's always like... flailing.
So with cats pulling their hair out, though, if you've been to the vet and they don't know what is causing this,
contact us.
Yeah, contact us,
we'll
we'll help go through that elimination.
Actually, call us on the phone, because we can go through the steps and we can be like, okay, let's start with this and let's try this.
And then
if that doesn't work,
you don't want to do everything all at once, because then you don't really know what was causing it. With Pooh Bear, it turned out to be, first of all, he does have an allergy to fish. We cut fish out from his diet.
He did.
And he did. 4 years ago,
doesn't anymore.
We eliminated it from his diet. He showed incredible improvement. And we've slowly started adding it back in. And it's not brought those issues back up.
His lips were like this, guys.
Oh, his lips were eaten away. His ears were bloody.
and bloody.
It's
Like
terrible.
it was so bad. And they were like, "Oh, we just need to put him on steroids." And I was like,
I'm getting a kick out of Maryland. I feel like the only one watching, but alas, I see 19. Oops, 20 people watching. Oops, down to 19. Down to 18 now.
Yeah.
We need to wrap this up.
Yeah, we should.
But
I love
with
you,
cats,
Marilyn.
though, think about if they start excessively grooming and you've had them checked out by your vet, it's very possible it could be an environmental stressor, a dietary stressor that's causing it, and it's important to try to eliminate what that is. So there's help out there. It can be solved, but now we need to wrap it up before this bottle disappears.
I think that's wise.
It's a good.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy, you're very kind. Okay, you guys. Happy Wednesday. We're so grateful you joined us tonight. We love you guys so much.
Yeah, we're going to try to do this more often. We're going to post, so go on our Facebook page and say follow first. So you'll see our post whenever we say, hey, what topic should we discuss? And then you can comment if you have a question, and
Rachel,
we can go into it.
Thanks for hanging
or
in
you
there.
can just
Will you please give your sister a huge, strong, and still hug for me this weekend?
Yes.
I love her so much.
Oh my God, Rachel.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
I'm going to meet you this year, by the way.
Oh, it's going down.
You're coming.
Watch
you're coming
yourself.
with Brittany.
Just like the sun. Look how dark it's getting here.
I'm coming to Australia.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Mwah.
Thanks for joining. Bye.